This is the John F. Kennedy Library on Eastern Washington University campus, home of the Writers Center. We are located on the first floor in the University Learning Commons. Come on in right through these doors.
Hi, welcome to the Writers Center.
I have an appointment.
You have an appointment? What's your name?
Janelle?
Janelle? All right, let's just look on our scheduler. Oh, I see you're with Christina. You want to take a seat at one of our reserve signs over here? I'll go get her for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Hi, are you Janelle?
Yeah.
I'm Christina.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too.
How's your day going?
It's going good so far.
Good.
Now that you've checked in and found a seat, a responder will join you for your session. All of our responders are writing professionals with graduate degrees and years of experience in both writing and writing instruction. The responder will ask you a few questions about what you'd like to accomplish in your visit. You'll be asked about your writing, what you'd like to do with it, and what your purpose and audience are. For example, are you writing an academic research paper for a scholarly audience? Perhaps you're working on an essay for a more general audience, maybe even a piece of fiction or a presentation.
So what are some of the things that you'd like to work on in our session today?
Well, I want to make sure my paragraphs are in the right places. That way my essay flows.
Okay.
And then I wanted to make sure that I did my MLA format correctly.
Okay. So you're thinking...
If the writing is a course assignment, the responder may ask you about the prompt to better understand your writing. The responder will then ask you to come up with a brief list of goals for the session, things you want to work on and or improve, issues or difficulties you may be having, pretty much anything you'd like to accomplish during this session. For example, you may want feedback on the organization of your research paper, or the clarity of the argument, or the formatting of a resume or CV. The only limit is your imagination. Knowing that you're working on an essay, a poster presentation, a speech, or want feedback on a video will help guide the responder during your session. Besides the type of work you have brought to the center, the kind of session you have will also depend on where you are in your writing process. A brainstorming session, for example, will go differently than if you are prepared for its draft or a later revision. The Writers Center responders are prepared to have a conversation with you about any type of writing at any stage of your process.
Would you feel comfortable reading your paper out loud for me, and I'll be paying attention to those things?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, once you have asked any questions you might have and have set some goals, the responder will ask you to read your writing, if you're at that stage where you have written something, out loud. This is done not to embarrass you, but to allow you to hear how your writing sounds, which gives you the opportunity to evaluate your work in a different way than simply reading silently. The responder will listen and take notes.
Okay, great. Thank you for reading.
After you have finished reading your draft, the responder will ask you questions about your response to your own writing and how you might address issues you have noticed.
Okay.
Then the responder will offer some observations and or suggestions and generally have an open discussion with you about your work, always keeping your goals for the session in mind. This might be a good time for you to take notes so that you can refer to the conversation later. You may even wish to write your thoughts and ideas on our whiteboard table to better visualize and organize them.
Okay, so we talked about some organization stuff, talked about some of the citations in your paper. Are there any other things you want us to talk about?
No, I think that should be everything.
Okay.
At the end of the session, the responder will ask you if you think you have accomplished your goals and what you have planned to do for your next step in your writing process. This is very important. Have a plan for where you want to go next in your writing. Make sure to write down changes or additions, edits, and revisions so that you can refer to them later. Feel free to make another appointment at this time before you leave. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you at the Writers Center soon.